Let's start with a really confusing and honestly pretty painful truth about modern families. It's that the deep, genuine love and generosity from grandparents can somehow become the biggest source of friction with their own adult children. It's a situation that's just filled with the best intentions, right? But it so often leads to misunderstandings and a whole lot of stress. We're going to dive into this complex, evolving relationship, and more importantly, figure out how to navigate it together. This quote, wow, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's a tough paradox. You absolutely adore your grandchildren. You want to shower them with love, affection, gifts, and yet those very acts can accidentally create tension. Now, this isn't about anyone being right or wrong. It's really about navigating a huge generational shift in values and parenting. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly why this happens and lay out a clear path to get back to that harmony everyone wants. So here's our roadmap for this journey. We'll start by really defining that paradox. Then we'll dig into the root causes of why parenting styles seem to clash so much these days. From there, we'll introduce what I think is a new primary rule for modern grandparenting and a super practical framework to put it into action. We'll wrap up with some wisdom for the long haul and a simple, gentle challenge for you to try out. Okay, so let's just frame this central problem one more time. The paradox is all about intention versus impact. A grandparent's desire to give, to indulge, to create those magical, spontaneous moments, it comes from such a pure place. But when those actions bump up against the rules and values of the parents, that unconditional love can feel more like a challenge. And that's how you get friction where there should just be joy. So why is this happening now, more than ever? It's so important to understand that this isn't personal. This is not about your child rejecting you or your way of doing things. It's about a fundamental shift, a pretty big one, in parenting philosophy that's happened over the last few decades. Let's take a look at just how different those philosophies can be. This chart, it really lays it out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the traditional grandparent role. It's often defined by that wonderful, unconditional indulgence. Spoiling the grandkids was kind of part of the job description. It meant lots of gifts, surprise treats, and a spontaneity that often meant, bending the rules. But on the other side, many modern parents are focused on something totally different. They're thinking about intentional discipline, low consumption, even minimalism. They're trying to create a structured home with really clear rules to raise resilient kids in a world that's already full of overstimulation. And you can see right away, these two approaches are on a collision course. And that brings us to what's really at the heart of the conflict. It's not actually about the extra cookie. It's not about the noisy plastic toy or even one more hour of screen time. The real conflict is about parental authority. So when a grandparent undermines a rule, even with the absolute best intentions, it can feel like a direct challenge to the parent's competence, to their role as the main caregiver. It sends this unintentional message that says, hey, your rules don't really matter that much. So here's a really helpful way to think about it. The parent as the CEO of the home. Think about it. In any company, the CEO sets the vision. They make the rules, they have the final say. Well, in a family, the parents are in that exact same role. They're ultimately responsible for the well-being, the values, and the day-to-day operations of their own household. And for that family to run smoothly, their leadership has to be respected by everyone, including the loving, well-meaning, and very important board members, the grandparent. So once we understand this clash over authority, the solution starts to become a lot clearer. And it's not about loving less or giving less. Not at all. It's about shifting how you contribute and kind of redefining your role. This next part, this has the single most important principle for truly thriving as a modern grandparent.
If you take just one thing away today, please let it be this. It's so simple, but it's so profound. Respect is the new primary rule. Not indulgence, not even gift-giving, but a deep, consistent respect for the parent's authority and their decisions. This is the foundation that everything else gets built on. It's literally the key that unlocks a stronger, more positive, and lasting bond with your entire family.
So what does respecting their authority look like in practice? A lot of the time, it means shifting how you show your love. We call this the non-material value shift. It's about consciously moving away from being the provider of things, the physical gifts that create clutter and maybe go against their minimalist vibe, and becoming the provider of experiences, of your time, of your wisdom. So instead of another toy, how about a trip to the science museum? Instead of candy, what about an afternoon spent baking cookies together with that old family recipe? Your undivided attention, your stories, those are gifts that literally no one else on earth can give. They are priceless. and the really beautiful outcome of making this shift. It directly addresses what the parents are so worried about. By offering experiences and your time instead of objects that might break their roles, you are actively reducing their stress. You're showing them, I see you, I hear you, and I respect your role as CEO. You're preserving their autonomy, which, if you think about it, is the very thing they've been trying so hard to protect. Okay, so we've got the why and the what. Now, let's get super practical. This next section is all about a simple, but really powerful framework of actions you can start using, like today, to build that harmony and trust.
This is the big question, isn't it? How do you keep being that loving, generous person you are, while also honoring the boundaries your adult children have put in place? Well, the answer is actually found in simple, respectful communication.
This right here is probably the single most effective tool you can have in your toolkit. It's the Ask First protocol, and it's just 3 easy steps. First, before you offer that ice cream or buy that toy, just pause. Seriously, take 1 breath. Second, find the parent and ask for permission in a really low-pressure way. A simple, hey, I was thinking of taking the kids for a treat. Is that cool with you? Does wonders. And third, and this is the most critical part, you have to fully respect their answer. If they say yes, awesome. But if they say, not today, dinner's in an hour, your response should be a cheerful, no problem at all. That simple little exchange communicates a massive amount of respect. And beyond that one protocol, there are other powerful tools. We already talked about shifting your giving towards memories. Another huge one is to practice active listening. So when your child is talking about a parenting struggle, just listen. Hear them out. Resist that powerful urge to jump in with advice or to say, well, back in my day, That phrase, even though it's well-intentioned, can feel really dismissive. Just acknowledging that things are different today is a profound act of respect. I know making these shifts can feel challenging. It might even feel like you're losing a little piece of what it means to be a grandparent. But I really want to reframe that for you. This isn't about loss. It's about evolution. It's about playing the long game to secure your absolutely cherished and irreplaceable role in this family. In today's family dynamic, this quote says it all. Respect for authority is the price of admission to continued access. Showing respect for the parents' roles isn't a chore. It is the key that keeps the door wide open. It's what ensures you are a welcome, trusted, and deeply wanted part of your grandchildren's lives. Parents who feel supported are so much more likely to seek out your presence, your help, and your wisdom. So please, don't ever see this adaptation as some kind of defeat. It is the exact opposite. It is a profound demonstration of your wisdom, your maturity, and just how deep your love for your family runs. It shows that your priority isn't about being right. It's about maintaining a healthy, loving relationship for generations to come. And that is a true sign of strength. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground. We've gone from the problem to the cause and all the way to the solution. So now let's just boil all of this down into one clear takeaway and a final inspiring call to action that you can start, right now. So here's the big takeaway, boiled down. The path to harmony is paved with respect. Your new mission, should you choose to accept it, is to prioritize the parents' rules above your own desire to indulge, and to consciously shift your incredible generosity away from material things and toward your time, your stories, and those amazing shared experiences. Okay, so knowledge is great, but it's action that really creates change. So I want to offer you a small, totally manageable challenge, and it all revolves around this number, 3. Just 3. Here it is. For your next 3 visits with your grandchildren, I want to challenge you to consciously and consistently use the Ask First protocol for every single treat, every gift, every potential rule bend, just for the next 3 visits. That's it. See how it feels. Notice the reaction. This one small act of self-correction can be the start of a huge positive transformation in your family. As we wrap up, let's just bring it all back to that core idea. I know it can feel complicated and emotions can run high on all sides. But when you strip everything else away, just remember that the real conflict is almost never about the gift or the treat itself. It's about one thing: respecting the parent's authority in their own home with their own children. Your path forward from here is actually really clear, and I hope it feels empowering. You have two incredible tools ready to go. You've got the Ask First protocol, which is your practical, in-the-moment tactic for showing respect, and you have the non-material value shelved, which is your amazing long-term strategy for contributing in the most meaningful way possible by giving the gifts of experience, memory, and your time.
And ultimately, that's the whole goal here, right? This isn't about following rules just for the sake of it. It's about understanding that by supporting the parents, you aren't taking a step back. You are making the single most important investment you can possibly make in your family's future. You are building a foundation of trust that will allow you to secure the deepest, most positive, and most enduring bond with your grandchildren for the long, long term. Thank you so much for joining me.